What's up, guys? Devin from the Card Guys here, and I am here with
Paul Demas.
All right, and how'd you do this weekend?
Placed 12th in Swiss, and I lost in Top Cut.
All right, and what did you play?
I played Serge Broly.
Oh yeah,
the new
boy. Now go ahead and explain it for me.
Sure. So this leader says auto once per turn. When you combo with a red or green card, draw one. Either player's turn, once per turn, draw a card combo. Clutch. Awaken Surge, you choose one red, one green card to put under him. You get to untap 2 and draw 2. And too good of an awakening, in my opinion.
Awaken's the side is nuts.
And then, so his skill is, you activate battle once per turn. You can discard one of the cards under him. And you can either KO a card ignoring barrier during battle, or you can combo a card from your drop area and give yourself double strike. So both effects are broken, in my opinion. Way too good. Best battle interaction leader I've ever played in the game.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other leader like it, to be honest.
This is most unique leader I've played in a while. And
yeah.
I really like it. So,
all right, go ahead and
we'll start with the most important card of the deck. Only
Dormant.
extra card I play. It's called Dormant Legend.
Yeah, he does a thing.
Yeah.
Never play it.
Never play it. Okay, I don't play this card. It's sacrilege for me to play it. It just never works out for me. We're not going to discuss it.
Yeah.
Pretty much this card needs to be in my drop zone. Other than that, it plays no role in my deck.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And I only play 3 extra cards, and that's it.
That's it.
Everything else is battle cards. So
Need them draws.
yes, we do.
All right.
So we'll start with 3 Bulma.
Okay.
And this card has a permanent that says when you have a red-green energy charged, it becomes a 1-drop.
Right.
So you play this for 1, auto, you choose 1 red or green extra card, 2 or less, and you pitch it and draw 1.
Yep.
All right, just a way to get dormant in your drop zone. You plus 1 or you don't plus 1, but you replace it with the draw 1, and then you can combo it away and plus off your leader.
Yes,
so
because leader is dumb, and you can do things like that.
why not, right? All right, and then we'll get to the second card to get to the dormant, which is the MVP of the deck.
Explain him. Go ahead.
Goten.
Good card.
When you combo with this card, it's a 10k 1-cost combo, and it's red-green. You choose 1 field spell that's red, that's 2 or less. There's only 1 in the game right now.
Yep.
And you pitch it, and if you're 5 cards in hand, you draw 1, and you get to untap the energy that you used. It's insane. It gives you a free arrival. Turn 2, this card has so many different lines of play.
Yeah.
You can go into almost any of my cards in my deck on turn 2 with this card, and plus from the draws. So, card's clutch.
Wild.
Definitely amazing. That's why I play 3 Dormant, because you want to resolve this card almost any time you combo it. Way too good of a card. I would say definitely the MVP of any combo card in this deck. Then we will get to Broly.
Broly.
So this is the first card that requires Dormant in your drop zone. You can only have 1 of them out there at a time. It's just permanent. When you play him for 1 red arrival, green-red, it costs 1 red energy.
Yep.
You get to neg a card 10k, and once per turn, you can sack a combo by pitching a card. And when I say sack, meaning when they combo, you can choose a combo card in their area by discarding a card and get rid of it to their drop zone, so it doesn't count as a combo.
Right.
Really strong. Came through in a few matches for the early game. Surge Coup, it can help stop their ape early game. And I just think it's a really good card overall. Definitely for early game. Definitely for any deck that's playing little 10Ks. So
Little 10k weenies.
yeah, they're just gonna die. So for 1 energy playing this guy, he's a 20k beater. I think that's a really good play.
Yeah, especially early.
Yeah. And then we're going to go to the second card that requires
The
Dormant.
main card.
The boy, Broly, 6-drop,
Yeah.
red-green. He's a red-green arrival, costs 1 red, 1 green energy to play him.
Yep.
Also, only 1 is allowed out at a time. So
Okay.
there are stipulations to these cards. I mean, if you could have multiple guys of these.
Busted.
Yeah. So, yeah. His auto is, it negs 2 cards, ignoring barrier by 15k, which
Ignoring barrier.
ridiculous. This card can do so many different things against so many different decks, and his auto ability is to sack a combo for free. So with the 4-drop and him out, you can sack 2 cards a turn, which is insane.
Just ridiculous card.
And he's a 30K.
He's hard to get rid of.
It's like
30K.
It's a big boss. Probably one of the most important cards to play in the deck.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's at 4. Yep. Let's go to the next card. And this is going to be Champa Beerus.
Slept on card.
Most slept on card
now.
for green-red right now, I think. It's a red-green rival as well. 1 red energy to play.
Yep.
It gets to KO any card 20k or less, which with this deck, you're doing all these neggings. So it's very easy to bring a high-power battle card to 20 or less, and you get to get rid of it and give a battle card double strike. So
ridiculous.
I mean, if you play this guy for 2 and then play this guy for 3, you get to kill the card that he negged if it's a bigger card, and then you get to give him double strike. So you got a 30k double strike on board on turn 3. It's just really strong. I think this card is clutch. I would play more if I had the space, but you can't clog. You can't clog. You'll see with my deck. You want to have more 0 cost than 10k.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but definitely slept on an amazing card.
Dirty combo.
And then we got this guy right here, which I think is definitely second best compared to Champa Beerus because his effect is a 4 or less KO. So it's good, but the double strike is what makes it a really good card.
Right, yeah.
You just get it out early, you put pressure, you get rid of any kind of blockers, any kind of things that are trying to interrupt you. For 1 energy, you're getting rid of it.
Yeah.
So with this deck, arrivaling these 2 as well for 2 energy, you get 2 kills, which is amazing in my opinion.
And like turn 2, you can just play this.
Turn 2, you can just aggro your opponent. If they're at 1 energy and you went first, you're definitely inflicting double strike. There's no way they're gonna combo all those cards out of their hand to survive that. So
I don't know how many times I had this boarded on me turn 2 all weekend. This is ridiculous.
Easy way to put your opponent to 5 life real quick.
So fast.
Okay, so then we're gonna go to Raditz.
Now, explain this card.
This card is a free combo if you have a red-green multicolor card in your energy. So it's a red-green card as well. So you combo it, you get a free arrival. You don't have to combo 2 cards. You're comboing 1 card with the ability to arrival with, that's really good. And with this leader, you get to plus off it because you get to draw. So it's like the card's real good.
Yeah, it just does everything for you.
It's at 4 for a reason. Let's just put it that way. The second effect, though, which is kind of cool, I personally didn't really utilize this effect until Devin here showed me the way. It explained that you should probably play this card.
Play it more.
So I played this card against Hatch, against a Piccolo deck, just to get rid of cards from the hand. I mean, I sacked Fu with this card out of a Hatchiak game, and he just couldn't believe it. He's like, oh, I didn't know that card did that. I'm like, yeah, I'm usually comboing with it, but when you play it, it's really good. So thank you, Devin, for that. Because also it sacks a 35k from their hand, and he gains crit. So you get a 20k crit out there, which that's kind of nice too.
Also, yeah, nice, especially when you can put Beerus on top of it too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, nuts. So then double strike crit, 20k. You can't go wrong with this card.
Definitely not.
Card's amazing.
Just new hit.
Yeah. All right, and then next we're gonna go to my draw power cards.
Hey.
We got Chi-Chi, the mother.
Extra super combos.
All right, this card with this leader is a draw 2. If you have 2 red-green energy charged, when you combo with this card, you draw 1 and you draw 2. Card is insane. I mean, I use this card for defense all day. If somebody was attacking me with their leader for just 10k, I'm drawing 2, dodging the attack.
That's insane. That's just ridiculous.
The draw power associated with this card
allowed.
and leader, they really hooked it up with this card. Definitely would say best draw 5k in the game.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna go to super combos, which I play 3 Roshi and 1 Vegeta.
Please explain to the people why you do this. I thought it was weird.
He thought it was weird, but so the green helps with, you want a certain amount of free combo cards in your deck. So to balance if you don't see a Raditz for the multicolor rival, then having a ratio of green cards and red cards when Chi-Chi is mostly used to draw. So you want the green to kind of combo with that, or you want the green to combo with a super combo. Just just so you can get the arrival off if you don't have the extra Raditz or you don't have the Goten resolving. It's another way to arrival things later game when you've already used those resources. And you're still drawing off of the super combo. So I thought that mixing the ratios with the red and the green to keep enough cards to combo with late game and arrival with was important. So I made the ratios very close, but I had a little bit more red than green just because I'm comboing Chi-Chi a lot to draw in the beginning. So late game I would want to have the green cards that I'm not using in my hand to combo with.
Right. I mean, that makes sense.
It makes sense in the end when you look at the ratios and the number of cards that I'm playing that are 0 cost green and 0 cost red, and how many cards I actually plus off of with the red more than the green. So a lot of times I'm keeping the green for late game, which helps with the super combos later.
Definitely.
All right. Then we're going to go to this bad man right here.
Yeah, I hate this card so much, guys. I hate this card.
Counterplay for 2 energy if you have a multicolor energy in your charge, and it pretty much KOs a 4-drop or less on counterplay, and they have to warp a card. And against any deck that plays 4-drops and they're hard casting them, any deck playing abusive 3-drops, 4-drops, anything lower than a 4-drop, maybe not 1-drop, unless I'm just really feeling like I don't want them to have a card in their hand and I want them to warp it, then I'll do it. But it was mostly for like the big 8 plays or against Demigra, I would just do it because, or excuse me, not Demigra, against Hatchiyak, I would do it just to get rid of Shenron. You don't want to see that Shenron 4-drop hit board, so I saved it for that. And also as a green combo card for the arrival, I used it a lot for that in the matchups that it had no use for, which was clutch. So then I always had that green card in my hand to combo with. So it
makes sense.
Definitely a great card, and especially against the Surge Q matchup.
I hate this card.
A lot of people hate this card.
It kills my ace, man. I hate it.
All right, so we'll go to negates now, which I only play battle cards in my deck. So I play 2 Videl negates.
No. Who told you to put this saucy card in this deck?
This man Devin had the idea, and I rolled with it, and it worked out really well. I like the fact that I was able to negate attack without necessarily after imaging. They say a lot of people play after image in their deck. I don't like after image because it can neg your life, which is cool in some cases, but you can't combo with it. You can't do anything with it. It's an extra card, so you kind of get, if you get drawn into too many extra cards and you're playing against a deck that isn't attacking you, it's useless. So I thought that having this as a combo card as well after you're negating, you can replace itself so you're not losing hand advantage.
Right, which makes sense.
You don't want to lose hand advantage. You want to keep gaining hand advantage.
It just, like you said, the fact that you can just like negate with it and then combo with it on another swing and draw a card is really good.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a great addition to the deck. I hope, I hope to play more, but I just... There's a reason I did.
Yeah.
That's because of this card, right? I mean, this card's way too good.
Topo, new Nimbus.
Best red negate in the game, I think. Possibly one of the best negates in the game. We all know what it does. You play it for 2. You pitch a card, and your opponent, if it hits board, your opponent has to pitch 2 cards just to attack.
Yep.
Way too good.
It's basically a turn ender.
Yes.
For the most part.
If you're swinging through this card, which the only deck I've seen do that is Demigra, which that man couldn't even tell you, man. They just keep so much hand advantage so early that they could just play through it. But other than that, baby, any other matchup, they are not swinging through this.
Yeah.
They got to be crazy to do that.
Yeah, I had a baby player swing through my Topo too. It was crazy. I was like, why? He swung once and then passed. I was like, okay.
Not good. So then we got the check lands.
Check land.
Which Broly. And this card actually I used against Hatchiyak. I hard casted it a few times.
Really?
Just to sack a card out of their hand. The matchup's very long, and a lot of times I won't have too many plays because I can only swing once. So usually I want to swing with the big 30k Broly.
Yep.
Because next turn they're going to slug it away. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So I would play this card just to like get cards out of their hand and have a little bit extra just swing with this guy,
Yeah.
It helped like keep their hand down a little bit, but other than that, the check land's just too good. I mean, you get to charge them untapped when you already have a red or green in your energy. So cards just, you have to play for it.
You got to play it. You just have to.
It's too good in any multicolor deck like
this.
All right, and then we got 2 of these bad boys.
Now explain this, because this card it's just good. It's
so,
just good.
This card is conjunction with this card, all right? I actually don't play any yellow energy here, so it actually requires 2 yellows, so it's impossible for me to hardcast this, but with this card, being able to awaken at any time, I can literally sack this guy, play plea, off awaken, and I'll get to draw 2, untap 2, and then offering, which I think that alone is a really strong combo, because you're either going to crit their life or you're going to draw 4 cards off your awaken, which I think is
crazy.
I think it's really good.
Crazy
and having a triple striker out there and being able to awaken at any time in the game, that's just really strong in my opinion.
Really strong combo there, definitely. That's a good tech.
Definitely came through in a few games. Definitely forced very early pressure in some games that were aggroing me out, so that way I could, finish them as in a sense. Like they think that the turn's gonna end once I awaken, but it just begins really.
Yeah, because you can just keep going.
Exactly. So definitely a great tech. I would keep it at 2. Definitely helped me, and I resolved this card at least 4 or 5 times in the day. Every time I awakened, I wanted to play this card.
Yeah, like it's just a automatic. You're like, oh, I'm awakening. I want this.
You want to take the life? Please do.
Yeah.
If you want to let me draw cards,
don't crit the life, guys. Don't crit the life.
Don't do
that. It's just bad.
Don't do that. I did it today, but only to get myself to 3 life so I could use my leader skill.
Yeah.
That is the only reason that I would do that.
Unless you're playing like Hatch.
Yeah.
Don't crit the life.
Don't do it, guys. Just don't do it.
Let him draw.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
All right, so now we're going to get to this card.
Oh.
Which I got to give a shout out to Brian Reed for helping me with this one. Card's still good. I'm going to be honest. Against the Piccolo was what this mainly was for. Hatchiyak as well. It's just, with this card, you're comboing and drawing so much that it gets you almost to where you need to be by turn 5. And against Hatch, they don't have a response to this card, so they can't really stop it. So once it hits board, you can get rid of all their big pieces in their hand if you get there before they do, and unless they hardcast Demigrother, then you're
right. There's
but
nothing you can really do there.
Against Piccolo, it's also a big finisher if they go G to 7 you and they can't kill you, because I like to stay at high life in that matchup.
Yeah.
I would just try to get as many in drop zone and try to play this guy or redraw into him, or any way I could play this guy in the Piccolo and the Hatchiyak matchup, I would. It was too good. Sacking their hand with this card is just way too good.
Right.
And triple strike, dual attack. Come on, guys.
Just come on.
Too good.
It's just good.
So then we'll get into my 1-ups here, which start with the 1-drop Broly.
Explain it. He's good.
The new guy. Okay, this guy says when you play him, if your opponent has 2 energy standing, or more, excuse me, 2 or more energy standing, then you get to look at their hand and sack a 20k. Any 20k. I think that's ridiculous. You get hand knowledge, you get to get rid of any of Topo, UI, any kind of big threat or counterplay that they have, you can just get rid of it. It's ridiculous. And hand knowledge is an important thing in this game. I only had 1. I could have played another. I need to find room to fit more. This card is way too good.
Yeah, like just the amount of times where people will rather counterplay this thing.
This is the ultimate bait.
1-drop that then let somebody see their hand is too many times.
Yeah,
it's
and then
really good bait.
You can just combo it away and draw 1.
Exactly.
So it's crazy, man. This leader just utilizes so much drawing.
Yes.
And then we're gonna go to my secret rare. This card is just so good, especially on the big kill turn with this leader. A lot of times, if you go to 4 life and this card's in my hand and I'm at 5 energy, and you let my leader swing goes through, you're dying.
Usually,
you're dying. It's insane. You can literally swing with your lead, combo card, draw, flip your leader over, untap 2 after you played the secret, give yourself double strike. They take 2 life. They go to 2 life. They can't combo 2 drops or less. You dump hand, and what are they going to do? They can't KO your leader. So I think the leader utilization is very important with this deck, and it's something that I've been trying to do with this game. Everyone's relying on battle cards, and I feel like with your leader being able to kill another leader, there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Exactly.
And I think that's important. That's the kind of way I built this deck to be. to finish with your leader.
Definitely a leader reliant.
No interaction other than Broly and a few guys, the Surge Coup guys that were playing the Frost Deadly Poison, but this card always resolved every time I played it.
Yeah.
So
he's hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And if they're at 2 life, it's just GG.
Yeah.
It's literally
over.
GG.
Like,
sometimes I'll stall out, let them take all their life, especially against Baby. I'll just wait for it, and boom.
Yeah, you see your opponent tap that 5 energy,
it's
over.
It's over. It's over. And then my last one of this guy.
Oh.
So Dormant is required in your drop zone to play the Brolys.
Okay.
So early game, your drop zone's always gonna be loaded. I play Sparking super combos. So he's a finisher, purely a finisher.
Yeah.
A lot of times I will put pressure, leave 1 energy up. As soon as they have no hand and they have no way and they're 2 life or less, I'm going to play this guy for 1 energy, 30k double strike.
Yeah.
And I draw 1. So I'm going to draw 1, and if I plus off it, I'm going to combo it and go to a big number.
And he untaps on your opponent's main phase.
Right. So essentially, if I keep an Videl in my hand or I keep a big combo card, then I can essentially survive the next turn.
Right, exactly.
Kill them.
He's just a good solid 1-drop finisher.
But big finisher. A lot of times I would hard cast this guy at the end of 4 cards swinging, including my leader, and they scoop immediately. They see the card like, oh, yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
I mean, you have no cards in hand, and I have 5 cards swinging at you. It puts a lot of extra pressure here.
Definitely.
And it finished at least 2 of my games this weekend.
Okay,
which was nice.
All right, let's see what that sideboard's looking like.
All right, so we'll start with 2TN.
Yeah.
This was for the Janemba matchup. I did end up playing Janemba. I 2-0'd him, thank God. And for the Piccolo matchup, mostly. Piccolo, it was more of the finisher. If they go G to 7, they tap out, and they maybe untap 1 with their leader awaken. Then they do sack my hand, but if I draw this guy in the next turn and I still have my leader, a lot of times I'll play this. They can't untap further, go in with the leader. A lot of times I'd leave a battle card out there when they go G to 7 me, and I'd swing, combo that card, redraw a card, and then kind of try to push them in, you know. If they had the toe, they have the toe, but a lot of times they would swing with the go G to 7 at me, which I didn't really understand, but I was at such high life, I guess it makes sense. But as soon as they gave me the 3 cards and gave me the ability to awaken, it was just like, it defeated the purpose of what the deck was meant to do.
Yeah, it was just weird.
And then being able to finish them without them being able to untap from their negates and from their counterplays, it helped a lot.
Yeah, it's just
big
solid.
Finisher. Also, I made a mistake. I could have played this against my last match against Surge Coup. He was playing tricolor with blue, and he was playing beans, and I probably should have sided in. I made the mistake of not doing that. And I learned my lesson. It would have been a very good side tech into that matchup.
Yeah, definitely.
Then we're going to go to these 2.
Now, just explain this card.
So this is a newer tournament promo card. It's a red-green, and when you combo or play it, your opponent if your opponent has 4 or more non-token battle cards, it KOs anything 15k or less. So it was mainly for Hachiak. If they go super wide with a bunch of blockers, you just combo this card and they're all gone. So I think this card's actually really good. Even with the Broly 6-drop or the 4-drop, if you're negging something down and you want to KO it, you bring it to 15, boom, it's gone as long as they have enough cards on board. Any deck that goes wide, this card's pretty good. All right?
Yeah.
Don't sleep on this card.
That card is good.
Hachiak,
it's really good.
If you have 2 of these cards in your hand against Hachiak, which I did in my matchup against him, you wipe their board twice, and like the first time they reestablish, the second time they're not going to reestablish that late game.
Yeah.
So
it's just hard to deal with.
Yeah, and on your kill turn, you don't want to get blocked.
Yeah.
So definitely a good card.
All right.
All right, then we're going to go to Gohan here.
Gohan.
So this is a set for Gohan, and when you swing with it, you can take a life, gain 10k, and crit. It was mostly for matchups that don't attack me, for self-awakening, or for decks that needed to be put pressure on early. A lot of times I'd use it as a deterrent, swing with it. They want to negate, and I wouldn't take a life just to make them negate, and I would pluck negates out of their hand with this 1-cost card, which I thought was kind of cheeky, and it helped out, and I needed some kind of other form of self-awakening other than Kaioken.
Yeah.
So I would side Kaioken out in those shorter matchups and side this in usually.
Right, okay.
Definitely came in quite a few times against Mill too. I actually sided that in, and he wasn't happy to see that.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either.
Yeah. Oh, also another tech, Champa Beerus with this card. You swing with it. If you combo a multi on turn 2,
Yeah.
then let's say it's the Goten. A lot of times it was.
Yeah.
So I would combo the Goten, pitch the Dormant, untap the energy, draw, and then combo Champa Beerus, give him double strike. So it would be a 25k double strike crit coming at you on turn 2.
Turn 2.
That was a really good play. I wish I could do this main,
That's
but
insane.
I had to side this card. It was just, it's too tight in the main right now.
Yeah, I understand.
But definitely a great card, great addition to this deck.
Yep.
I sided in quite a bit in most of my matchups.
right.
Then we're going to go to 2 Denial.
Okay, understandable.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to use this card. A lot of my matchups weren't really playing the 20Ks. It was either I was playing against the big beaters or guys that just weren't, they were just counteracting my stuff. So it was,
Right.
I didn't really use it. It would have really been clutch against Surge Coup. I did get rid of 1 ape with 1. But other than that, I would love this card to have worked better for me. But
Yeah.
I would definitely suggest it. It's definitely still in the sideboard. I would keep it at 2. 2 is fine. 20k or less counterplay is really strong.
Yes, definitely.
Unfortunately, like I said, I didn't see this card enough. So I did side it against the Surge Coup matchup. I saw one of them. It did help. Against the Demigra matchup also, I played against Demigra round 2, and I did get to resolve this against his 4-drop Demigra 2 energy play. So Poutine and Gravy, they didn't hit board, which was kind of nice, but that deck's still insane. So definitely would say sideboard this card.
Yeah.
Then we have these 2 guys.
Okay.
Which are the Beerus Ball.
They're nice.
This was mainly for the Baby matchup. Baby likes to aggro you down to 4 life very quickly. They want to try to kill you. So if they get me to 4 life early, then I was able to stop their 4-drop from coming out with this. Take a life or tap an energy. Stopping their 4-drop from coming out is huge. Or stopping the Mew play. Let them play Mew and then sack the Baby.
Yeah.
And then you're going to plus your leader 5. So like all their little 10k dual attack swings with their leader isn't effective anymore.
Yeah.
I really like that. And against decks that were using heavy counterplays, Champas, things like that, it was a good card to have as a finisher. Or if I'm at 4 life, I want to go to 3. A lot of times they counterplay the card I'm playing, and it would put me to 3, so that way my leader was live, which
makes
it
sense.
helped. But I didn't really get to use this card, unfortunately, this weekend. The Baby matchup I played, he was not playing the Baby chain. He was playing aggro. So
Really?
I didn't use it against him. I was just like, I'm gonna aggro you back.
Okay.
Then we'll get to my negates here. So this is the Afterimage. It's a great card. I mean, with the negging 10 and all the different KOs that I play in here, and with the Broly matchup, I mean, you still get to combo when you activate this. So essentially, I can neg something 10k and then play a Broly on top of that if I wanted to.
If you wanted to, yeah.
Right. So it's too good, and it helps self-awaken sometimes. Yeah. You're always at sparking 5 after turn 2.
Card.
Yeah, good card. If I was gonna play any negate, it was gonna be this negate.
Yeah.
And then this card right here. This card, so your leader is green as well. So I thought that this was an important card to have in here for the mirror, especially. I did play against the mirror, and it sacks Gogeta. Because you're playing Gogeta, it's a 5-drop, and usually you're not at 5 energy early game. So this gets rid of the 5-drop, gets rid of the 6-drop, gets rid of the 4-drop. It can kill any of the Broly chain pretty much, and people could use this card against me, but it didn't happen.
Right.
And then against Baby, like you want that Baby gone for 1 energy, right?
Definitely want to get rid of that card.
Having access to this card with this leader is awesome. I mean, having access to these and these all with 1 leader is like, you get denial and that.
Nice.
I mean, it's really good to have access to multiple color leader usages like this.
So much disruption
and
board clear. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get your Slimmer Strikes, guys. It's so good against
card
this deck.
is good.
All right. So any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah. So first, give a shout out to Devin for doing the deck profile and card guys. Shout out to my team, which is AOD. We actually are a newer team now.
Yeah, check the mat, guys.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
Baby Janemba.
Yeah, that's me. We're team AOD, and we all have a designated AOD character, and I got Baby Janemba as the last joining member, so I will definitely take that as a character. I got a lot of good good comments on the mat.
Yeah. New team, guys.
Yeah.
Watch out for them.
Shout out to Brian Reed, Nick, Jose, Mike Washington, my boy over here from Michigan. Shout out to Robert Dross over at Stage Zero. Always help me test, always coming through. Good friend. Shout out to Dave at Collectibles. You know, always comes through. It's my locals.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin Casey for working there. He's my G. He's my dude. I appreciate him. And shout out to everyone in Michigan, man. Thank you all for supporting me. And thank you, Devin.
Yeah, good shit this weekend, dude. You did great.
Thank you, man.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys later.
Take care.
Peace.